Hi folks, I wanted to get on and do a video about transactions and also how you enter like cash that you may spend over and above the stuff that's in your forecast, right? There are forecast plans for your bills that are due monthly that you pay, but then living life, you do things like make ATM withdrawals, go out to eat, on and on and on, things that can take cash out of your checking account. I want to show you how to put those in. Transactions is something that's kind of new for some of the folks that had been using this forecasting system. We didn't have transactions, but that's been more recently introduced so that anything that you pay, it will create a transaction as a sort of history that you can go back to and see where you spent your money and how your balance was impacted each time you made a spend. And also these extra things that I talk about like ATM withdrawals. There's going to be ways that you enter transactions for those, so you'll have this historical picture, kind of like a check register, right? It's everything you spent, where it went, and what that brought your balance down to. So with that, it becomes almost like Quicken. Instead of paying the outrageous fees that Quicken charges, you can use this system and have essentially the same thing, a detailed record of where your money went. But the good thing is that you get the forecasting with it, so it gives you that look 6-7 paychecks out into the future so that you can plan, when you're going to have cash over and above what's needed to pay your bills. So let's go ahead and get into it. Our friend Jimmy Cracked Corn's account. And we're actually in here now. So we are going to, let's generate a forecast. And we are about to go into transaction history. So let's click on transaction history. And here are the things that have happened in the past. Anything, here you've got the date that you actually generated the transaction, the amount, what the balance was after the transaction. There's an effective date that you can make things, transcode, and then who did you pay or who is the money from. So that's what happens here. So let's say, for instance, we are in our forecast today and we realize, oh, you know what? I took $16 out yesterday at when I went out to eat or something, and I spent $16, so my balance really should be $2,600. So what we need to do, there were two ways to do this. In the past, you would just go up here to cash on hand, post $16, or no, not 16. You just put what you want the balance to be. So if you wanted it to be 2,600, you put 2,600 in here and click Update Cash on Hand, and then it would post a negative $16 transaction in the background in order to bring your balance down to $2,600. But the better way to do this is to generate a transaction to do it, so you can put a name to the transaction. So let's do that. Let's click Add New Transaction, and let's say we went to Taco Bell yesterday and spent $16. We'll put $16 in the transaction, and the effective date, make it, what was yesterday, the 12th, March 12th, and it's to Taco Bell. Whoops. I'm going to click Update Transaction, and it just posted that. See, it's now at the bottom. So we went from a balance of $26.16, and we spent the $16, and it brought our balance to $2,600. So if we were to look at our forecast now, we should just have $2,600 in there. And that is what we have. So it's as simple as that. Now, let me show you what happened, or what will happen if you choose to just use this Update Cash on Hand. Let's say we wanted the balance to come down to $2,000. So we're just going to go in here at Cash on Hand and put $2,000 in. and then we're going to click Update Cash on Hand. So it did change our balance to $2,000, but when we click on the transaction history, you'll see that in order to get it from $2,600 to $2,000, it posted a negative $600 transaction, and it just calls it forced balance update. So you can do this if you don't mind having these things in your transaction history that just read forced balance update. I am not comfortable with that. When I post something, I want to know exactly where the money went. That's why I will always post a transaction and put the actual name of where the money went. Even if I did an ATM withdraw, I'm going to post a transaction and say ATM withdraw. So that is pretty much it. What I hope to add here soon is a function that will let you reconcile, right, between your bank and your forecast or your account. And right now you can essentially do that by, just adjusting your balance and creating transactions. But right now I don't have a formal way or a button that says enter what your bank statement balance is and then have it go and compare that balance to what your balance is online, and then let you check things that have cleared. I don't have that functionality in here yet, but I am planning on adding that, and at that point you really will have something that's very comparable to Quicken, but instead of being, I don't even know what they charge now. It's got to be, I think I was paying $40. I don't even know. I'm not going to, but it's expensive, and my product is $5.99 a year, so there's really no comparison. But I appreciate each and every one of you who have taken the time to watch, and I'll be thrilled when I see you out there and see you using the software and getting some value out of it. And I would, again, appreciate any comments you would like to make. If there's anything that you feel that you'd like to see or you'd like to inquire about, whether it's something that we can do or enhance, feel free to send those my way as well, and we'll see what we can do. Thank you. Bye-bye. Today's shout out goes to Grant Hilbert. This is a guy that I've been following for a couple of years. His channel is extremely entertaining. He has started farming basically from scratch and tells the story of how he got to the point where he could do that, and he walks you through the purchase of land and equipment and planting crops for the first time all the way through harvest and everything that comes along with it. Just tons of great content. I hope you will give their channel a try. Check out what they have. Thanks. Check out the tree. Look, there's a tree. You want to check it out? Oh, blue. I didn't bring a bag. Did I bring a bag? No, I got to go back and get a bag.